Have you ever felt like you're trying so hard, but nothing is working? Like you're pushing, pulling, planning, and stressing, yet life still doesn't move the way you want? What if I told you that maybe the problem isn't that you're not doing enough, but that you're doing too much in the wrong way? In this video, we'll take a journey together, a journey of reflection, a journey of release, a journey into the deep, quiet power of letting go. Not giving up, not becoming lazy, but truly letting go from a place of trust, strength, and alignment. Let's begin. Sometimes the biggest change doesn't come from action. It comes from non-action, from stillness, from that quiet moment when you finally stop trying to force things to happen and just pause. That moment is powerful. You don't always notice it at first. It doesn't come with the fireworks. It comes in silence. But it's real, and it's often the first step to real transformation. Because life isn't just about effort, it's about energy. And when your energy is calm, life responds in a different way. We live in a world that worships the grind. No days off. Work harder. Sleep is for the weak. We are told that if we stop moving, we'll fall behind, that if we rest, we'll lose, that if we are not always chasing, we're failing. But what if that belief is a lie? Think about it. How often does constant hustling leave you feeling burnt out, anxious, and unfulfilled? Yes, discipline is important. Yes, action matters. But forcing yourself to grind all the time creates tension, resistance, misalignment. Sometimes the more you push, the further away things seem, because you're not flowing, you're forcing. And forcing is heavy. It drains your spirit. Imagine trying to hold water in your hand with a tight fist. The tighter you squeeze, the faster it slips out. Now open your hand. Let the water rest there. That's flow. When we try to control everything in life, every outcome, every person, every moment, we tighten our grip. And just like water, life slips through. But when we trust, when we relax, when we open up, we begin to receive. This is the secret. Real progress doesn't come from pressure. It comes from alignment. And alignment starts with trust. Trust in life, trust in timing, trust in yourself. Now let's clear something up. Letting go doesn't mean doing nothing. It doesn't mean you stop caring, stop planning, or stop moving. It means you move from a different place, a place of inner clarity, not outer anxiety. Think about it. Have you ever noticed that your best ideas come when you're relaxed, when you're in the shower, or walking in nature, or just enjoying a quiet moment? That's no accident. When you stop trying so hard, the right answers can finally show up. The right people cross your path. The timing feels right. It's not magic, it's alignment. When you let go, you allow life to work with you instead of feeling like it's always against you. Let's be honest, letting go can be scary. Why? Because control feels safe. It gives us the illusion that we're in charge, that we're protecting ourselves. We think, if I let go, I'll lose everything. If I don't control it, who will? If I surrender, I'll fall apart. But here's the truth. Real control doesn't come from fear. It comes from understanding. Understanding that life has a rhythm, that not everything is up to us, and that's okay. You're not weak for letting go, you're wise, because you know that trust is stronger than fear, and surrender is not the same as laziness. When you're obsessed with control, your inner voice goes quiet. You stop listening to yourself. You ignore your gut feelings. You become reactive, always chasing, fixing, solving. But when you let go, something beautiful happens. Your intuition returns. Your mind clears up. Your heart speaks louder. You stop running in circles and start moving with purpose. Because now, your actions come from clarity, not panic. Letting go reconnects you to your inner guidance, and that guidance is more powerful than any outside strategy. Let's talk about something deeper, what some call spiritual physics. It's this invisible law of energy, of rhythm, of flow. You've probably felt it before. Those moments where you tried everything and nothing worked. And then you gave up. And suddenly, things started falling into place. That's not a coincidence. That's the moment you stopped interfering. You surrendered, and the current of life took over. So many successful people talk about their breakthroughs happening after they let go, after they stopped controlling. Because sometimes the universe is waiting for you to release before it can respond. When you let go, you stop chasing the world's timeline. You stop trying to prove yourself. You begin to live from alignment. You do what feels light, what feels true, what feels like you. You no longer need to force things to happen. You trust that what's meant for you won't pass you by. This way of living brings peace. It brings creativity. It brings joy. Not because life becomes perfect, but because you become free. Let's talk about identity. Most of us walk around wearing invisible masks, not to deceive others, but to survive. We become the achiever, the fixer, the calm one, the strong one. And over time, we start to believe we are these roles. But these roles were built in moments of fear. Moments when we thought we had to be someone else to be accepted, to be safe, to be loved. Letting go means dropping those old identities. It means giving yourself permission to just be, without performing. You don't need to be perfect. You don't need to carry the whole world. You don't need to prove your worth. You are already enough. And the more you let go of who you think you should be, the more you become who you really are. In a world full of filters, perfection, and pressure, being real is rare, but it's also magnetic. When you stop trying to impress people and instead just show up as you are, something shifts. People feel it. Your presence becomes powerful. Not because you're loud, not because you're polished, but because you're honest. That kind of authenticity touches hearts. It creates real connection. You don't need to perform, you just need to be present. That's where your power lives. Letting go doesn't mean giving up. It means letting go of your grip on how things should look. You may have a plan, you may have a vision, but sometimes life has a better one. Real trust is magnetic. When you trust, your energy changes. You stop chasing, you start attracting the people you need, the answers you were looking for, the peace you've been craving. It doesn't come from control, it comes from release. Trust creates space, and that space allows magic in. Let's look at something practical. What actually happens when you stop resisting life? First, your mind gets clearer. You're not carrying the weight of constant stress. Second, your emotions settle. You stop reacting to every little thing. Third, you begin to notice opportunities you were too anxious to see before. Doors start opening because you're finally still enough to walk through them. It's like swimming in a river. You can fight the current, or you can float and let it carry you. The moment you let go of resistance, you realize you were never stuck. You were just swimming upstream. Many of us grew up learning how to survive, not how to thrive. We learned to please, to perform, to fix, to shrink. We wore these roles because they kept us safe, but now they're holding us back. You don't need to be the peacemaker if your soul is screaming. You don't need to be the strong one if you're tired. You don't need to be the overachiever if you're burning out. Those roles helped you once, but you're not in survival mode anymore. You're allowed to evolve, to rest, to be real. Letting go of those personas doesn't make you weak. It makes you free. When you stop chasing, when you stop proving, when you stop pretending, you return home to yourself, that place inside you that feels steady, peaceful, whole. You may still have challenges. Life doesn't become perfect overnight, but you'll feel more aligned. You'll walk through life from your center, not your fear. You'll know what feels right. You'll trust yourself more. And you'll realize You don't need to become someone else to be loved. You just need to be you. This is what coming home feels like. Here's the truth, in the simplest way I can say it. The life you truly want, the peace you long for, the success that feels real and fulfilling. It's not found through constant control. It's not found through perfection. It's not found through chasing everything and everyone. It's found through presence, through trust, through letting go. Because when you let go, you're not losing control. You're gaining clarity. You're not falling behind. You're falling into alignment. And in that alignment, life begins to rise up and meet you. With grace, with guidance, with more beauty than you could have planned for yourself. So today, maybe ask yourself, what am I holding on to that's actually holding me back? What can I release, not out of fear, but out of faith? And can I trust that maybe life knows how to lead me, even better than I know how to control it? Let go and let life show up. You might be surprised by what you find. Thank you for spending this time with me. If this message spoke to your heart, share it with someone who needs it. Subscribe for more videos on inner peace, alignment, and mindful living. Until next time, breathe deep, trust yourself, and let go.